Shalom, shalom. Let me get straight into this lesson, but I'm gonna get into this two videos. I'm gonna get into this first video, but it's gonna be going into, once you listen up to this, how you so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans, so-called Jamaicans, so-called Haitians, so-called all the tribes, so-called Colombians, so-called Brazilians of the nation of Israel, right, were converted into Christianity, right? So I had a conversation, and it sparked me to do this lesson. So I'm gonna play this video, then I'm gonna get into the second video to show you the after effect of this Christianity indoctrination. So check this out and watch it closely.
How do they tighten it up? They squeeze it so? How did they I know. They put this on afterwards. Just take this lock off and slap that out. And put your hands in there and slide it. Man, look how tight your hands would have been in there. Yeah. One of the most chilling aspects of this museum, however, is that it was once a chapel. A reminder that slavery...
You hear that? That was once a chapel, once a so-called Christian church. And I want you to listen up to what he's about to say. It's heavy. You got to start paying attention, right? So you got to lock in. Cut the distractions.
Slavery was once seen as being good for an African soul.
You heard that? Slavery was once taught that it's good, right? And that's why you got this legacy continues today with this ignorance, right? This religious indoctrination into Christianity. That's why most of our people consider themselves to be Christians today, whether it be Baptist, Jehovah's Witness, Seventh-day Adventist, pick your poison. It's all the same image of so-called white Jesus that they push and promote, so-called white supremacy. Check this out.
Entraba por ahí así en la puerta, over there. Vinho. O padre recebia por sua vez. So they would kneel.
That said, a priest, let me back it up a little bit. Salakia. You see that right there? That's so-called white Jesus, right?
As being good for an African soul. Os escravos entrava por aí assim naquela porta, over there. Vinho. O padre recebia por sua vez.
It says a priest would greet them over there as they was taking them into hardcore slavery. And a lot of our people died on this voyage to the Americas. Think about that for a minute, right? And that's why our people been enchanted. That's why I see the individual I was talking to, right? I was breaking down, the knowledge, right, of the truth of the Bible. And their mind has been blocked, right? They said we got to love everybody. I'm going to get into the secondary video that shows you that this enchantment, this indoctrination is still on most of our people's mind. And I'm like, where that's at in the Bible, right?
So they would kneel there. The slaves would come in and where they would kneel in front of the crucifix. Passava por aí assim. Vinho. So we march over. A capela. Oh, I see the holy water. Pia batismal. So they were brought in here and baptized. Curvava bocadinho. Água na cabeça. Fazia. Put water on his head and make the sign of the cross.
And you see that how he did that cross symbolism? You see a lot of stupid jakes, especially the Northern Kingdom, you so-called Latin tribes, right? You do that, you all into that, and you into the idols, you to praying to these so-called saints. See, we got you pinpointing through the spirit, man. And you see Jake do that stupid shit right there too. This is the origin of this.
So they would bless them, and then check the boats are out here. Yes.
Right, that's complete madness, man. All right, we're angered by this kind of information, so let's get into this lesson. Matter of fact, I'm going to play that secondary video, and then I'm going to get some scripts. Give me 1 second. Let me let this load up. 1 second. Okay, before I play this video, I'm going to read this title, right? It says, The Greater Starlight Singing. So this is that Christian plantation spirit the so-called white man taught our people extends to this very day. It ain't that went nowhere. Right, we just woken up because, we're the hope for elect. Check this out, though. I want you to listen in. You hear that? He said, you got to love everybody if you want to see Jesus. Where they get this from? The so-called white man plantation Christianity. Right? Most of our people think this very way. They might not say it this way, but it's still the same concept, right? They got Stockholm syndrome. Look that word up there to be your homework assignment, right? That they got a burning love for their oppressor, right? And they hate their own people because the so-called white man belittled you. He made you hate your own self. Thus, you hate your own people, right? And thus, you put the so-called white man on a pedestal. The same person that beat, raped, robbed, destroyed you, gave you over to Christianity, fed your little babies to alligators, right? Lynched our men and women, right? Cut their genitals off, had their way with us in every way imaginable. This is the same person you love. And I saw a video of Jake. See, we already know about you scoffers, right? The scriptures already warned us about you, right? Whether it be a man or a female, scoffers gonna get dealt with through the Most High, right? But you'll come over here and scoff on us, and you say we talking hate. But hold up, the Bible is about hate. It's about love. It's a balance, right? And they're going to show you how delusional you people is because you think the Bible is about love, and Jesus love everybody. You still invoking that false name, right? That's that whole Christianity, plantation Christianity, full of ignorance and full of errors, right? Erroneously, right? So check it out. Was that shit? It's just a shit show called the Christian church. It's a mess. It's full of idolatry. It's full of wickedness. It's full of adultery. It's full of lying. It's full of con artists. Keep going down the list. And you see behind them they have the image of white Jesus on that wall. So that's what our people see in their mind. This shit deep, man. Right? And that's why we're gonna keep going in on these lessons, and we're gonna be repetitive sometimes so our people can get it. Because you've been in Christianity, they've been force feeding you, right, these lies. Like one of these lies is you gotta love everybody. Where's that at in scripture? Right? And I'm gonna prove to you that the Most High God, as you know, hate people and he love people. That's just what it is. They're going to show you how people still under this heavy indoctrination witchcraft because you'll tell them that you'll show them the actual scriptures and they still won't get it. Right? But the Most High say he'll send them a strong delusion, right? That they should believe they lie. All these lies. Let me let this load up. We tired of you 2/3, man. It's all right though. The Most High is getting ready to bring it, man. Ecclesiastes 3 and 8. I want you to listen up on this and don't get emotional because our people are too messed up emotionally, right? That's why they can't really get nowhere. A time to love, a time to hate. So hate is a necessary emotion, right? The Most High hate a particular people. We're to hate those particular people, the wicked, right? Which would be the so-called white man. Now, do you go on your job and cuss out the first Edomite you come in contact with? No, that's not using wisdom. You have to move with wisdom. It's not the time for that. But you're not to make an alliance, all right, with the so-called white man and woman. It says a time to love, a time to hate, right? So I know that word hate is a trigger word for our people. When they hear that word, they go back into what they've been taught, the rebuttals, right? Well, you gotta love everybody. You can't think that way. You won't see Jesus, as they were singing in that song, right? It's like they got these certain rebuttals that they've been indoctrinated to comply with, right? And it's just what it is. It says a time of war and a time of peace. It's balance, man, right? So the Most High got a particular race of people he hates. And it's a cut to you people that think he love everybody. You're delusional and you're brainwashed, right? And brain dead. Romans 9 and 13. It says, as it is written, it's written in the book of Malachi, right? Because you know how people don't study. They don't know what nothing is going on with this Bible. It says, Jacob have I loved. So if you know the history, Jacob got his name changed to Israel, right? And he had 12 sons. That's how you get the Israelites. Jacob and Israel is interchangeable, right? So he loved the Israelites. But Esau have I hated. So Esau had sons. They are called Edomites. I'm just making a real ABC. And they're known as the so-called white man today, right? And the Most High hate them because they the wicked. They do everything contrary to what the Most High set up to be righteous. They got you doing idolatry and you don't even know it, right? And our people, that word hate is a trigger word. It's like they taught you when you hear that word hate, right, your mind automatically shut down. And that's why they call us a hate group. But hold up. The so-called white man been terrorizing us, lynching us, right? Feeding our little babies to alligators, right? Raping the women, right? But there are some kind of way that ain't hate. They hate you to this very day. They've been hating you over 400 some years, right? And our people got to start using some kind of critical thinking, right? But they call us a hate group, though. But we haven't done none of that that they done to us, right? We're just speaking the words of the Heavenly Father, right? Now, if people consider that hate speech, that's still, they bugged out, right? They go to show you they still under this heavy Stockholm syndrome. That's not our fault. Amos 5 and 15. I want you to listen up. It says hate the evil, right? So hate is a part of this doctrine as well. You're not to love wickedness. You're not to love people that do wickedly, right? And who's the person that doing wickedly day in and day out? The so-called white man. Hate the evil, love the good, and establish judgment in the gate. So the Most High got a standard. You can't just do whatever you want to do and say you love so-called God. That's insane, right? You got to stop it. Stop the madness, man. It says, it might be that the Lord Yahweh, the power of hosts, will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph. Let's go here. And Jake, Jake's stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's the condition our people in right now. And the so-called white man know that, right? It's like a wounded dog, right? But in a spiritual sense, and our people are handicapped, right? Because they're unlearned. They don't know anything. They just know what they've been taught in the whole house called the Christian church. Proverbs 1 and 22. It says, how long ye simple ones? So our people is likened to being simple-minded, stupid, uneducated, undereducated, oblivious. It says, will you love simplicity? So our people want to stay in this ignorant state. They want to keep doing the folly that they've been doing, right? And having the so-called white man oppress them, they love the oppression now. They don't mind the oppression. And if it was up to y'all 2/3, we won't never get out of here because you keep taking it. You won't be crying out. You won't be complaining, right? You just keep going to work and doing the folly here, right? It says, in the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. So the Most High is about knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, right? Not you people folly, not the next TikTok challenge, right? And this word hate is a trigger word because you've been taught to think that way. Hate and love is a necessary emotions that we feel. Simple-minded, right? Simple-minded. It says having or showing very little intelligence or judgment, and that's the MO of Jake, right? Especially when it comes to the spiritual things, they can't comprehend it. The elevator ain't going all the way up, right? They're not using critical thinking because they've been so indoctrinated. Religious indoctrination, as I showed you in that first video. This is why most of our people consider themselves to be Christians, right? You have to know the history, right, to know the mysteries. So to know the history, you know why things are the way you are right now and the reason why you think a particular way, right? You have to cast down imaginations. You have to throw that stuff out of your mind and be reborn. That's why you have to be reborn. That's what the scriptures is talking about, a mental rebirth, right, which coincides is a spiritual rebirth, right? Because you got to come out from all these under these enchantments, this witchcraft that you've been indoctrinated to believe, right? So hate and love is a necessary emotion, right? And you to hate the evil. Is that not clear? I'm not making anything up. It's straight out the scriptures. It says, Amos 15, hate the evil, love the good, right? So you to hate wickedness. And that's the best way I can explain to you. I can't make it no clearer than what I just said, right? So hate and love is a part of the Bible as well. So that's something that you Christians elude. You don't want to deal with it. You think that, and that causes our people to err. Because when we come teaching this truth, they're going to buck up against it because they're reflecting back on a Christian pastor, right? Because they think he's telling them the truth, all right? Shalom. Hope this lesson was edifying. Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahashah, Ba'ashim, Rahak Wadash. Shalom.